I have a new iPad. All the Healy apps are working on it. In trying to solve the other problem, I came across that I could back up my master key in cloud settings on the Blue app. So far, so good. I hit backup master key, save master key, I get an error message. It says, the Healy Advise Analyze app does not have the right to save the master key on your smartphone. Please change the permissions in the settings of your smartphone. You can also continue, but remember to save the Healy key later. So I went into, so now I'm going to go to settings, and I don't know where to give it permission to save the master key.
Well, first of all, are you in Analyze or are you in the blue dot? I'm confused on where you are.
Sorry, I'm in the blue dot, the Healy Advisor. I'm blue. This is all blue dot.
Okay, well, that's not the advisor though.
I'm sorry. It's the analyze. It is definitely the blue Healy Advise Analyze app. It's the blue app, whatever you want to call it. It's the blue app.
Okay, I have an iPhone and I've never seen that message on settings, so I actually do not know the answer to that question. Does anybody on the call have an iPhone where it's asked for iPhone permission? Maria, have you ever heard of this?
I haven't, but you should be able to go into your cloud settings and then okay a second device. Did I hear you right, Bonnie, that you're putting it on a secondary device?
The blue app is on the iPad.
And is that your only device you've ever put it on, or you put it on your phone first?
I put it on my phone first. Let me tell you the other problem. Maybe this will help.
Okay.
I had to restore my phone. It got wiped out. I had to restore it. I am trying, the pink app works, the Advise works, the blue app won't accept the Word document with my master key. I don't know how to get it to see my master key. When I go into the blue app, it gives me the option in to do it says activate device with existing master device. So I tried at the phone to get the master key from the iPad. It was originally on the phone. My iPad is my second device.
Wait, okay, just hold on a second. If your phone lost its data and it's wiped, then your master key probably is no longer.
But it's working on the iPad.
You don't need the master key for it to work. The master key is only retrieving your clients. It can work without a master key. So that's not stopping it. Wait, listen to me. If you had a master key on an original file, I mean, on, let's say your iPhone, and the iPhone stuff data is gone, then that saved master key is gone. Okay. If you are loading it on a second device, you're not trying to save the master key again. You would have to import a master key, but that means you have to have an import.
Hold it. 2 days ago, all the apps worked on the phone and the iPad. 2 days ago, everything was fine. Okay. I didn't know that on the iPad, I could back up my master key, and I'm getting an error message. That's one problem. I found that, so everything worked, but I had to get my phone restored. The iPad still goes and finds my Healy and runs the blue app. It got lost. The master key got lost. The apps showed up on the phone. I can go to the pink app. I can go to the squiggly one, But when I go to the Blue app, it says, please import the master key to be able to sync your data. And I have no choice. There's no way to get past that screen without importing the master key.
I know, if you would let me finish explaining to you what the problem is, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
When you're importing a master key, you have to have it to import. You have to have it on something, and you have to get it from one thing to the other. What you started out by saying was that your data on your phone got wiped. Is that correct?
And I had a 3-hour backup. So we use the backup and the whole phone is working fine. All the contacts, all the photos, all the applications are back on my iPhone. And the only thing that's not working is the Blue app. And it says, please import the master key to be able to sync your cloud data. And I cannot get past the screen that says, and I already watched the videos that the two guys did. That's where I found out that I couldn't back up my master key on. I have done everything that
So Bonnie, where is it on your phone right now that your master key is stored? Where, if you were to go on your phone right now, where is it?
It is in a Word document on my phone. I can go to Files and I can pull up the document. I have tried it with and without the quotes at the beginning and the end of the key.
Okay.
And when I click on the Blue app question, it says it's not a valid file.
So where did you import that from then? After your phone was wiped, did you just go and it was there, or did you have to re-email it to yourself?
I did it through the cloud, but I could re-email it to myself.
So I would do that and download the file. So you have it in your downloads. So I would,
Then in my file folder.
yeah, I would, or put it in your notes or whatever. But you know, re-download it from an email. So you're getting the original JSON file that was sent to you without any kind of manipulation, and see if that
So where
reads it better.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can think to do, that somehow that file is not corrupt, but it's manipulated somehow in that Word document, that it's not being read.
All right. Is there a way I can work with somebody not taking up this whole call? I have already spent an hour and a half and I don't know what to do to help myself. And I've done I'm a pretty good techie. I've watched the video. I really would love some help.
Okay, so one of us can help you, but what you need to do on your end before that happens is go ahead and re-email it to yourself, and then download the Healy master key, download it. So it's in your download file, but then also, you know, when we're going through the process, you might want to save it to your notes. So then do that while we're talking in the background and see if we might be able to just still help you through the call.
Okay, I don't know where the original thing was, but I know I have the whole key because I put it on the iPad. So
can you email from the iPad? Can you grab that file and then re-email it to yourself? Then go to your phone, reopen the email, and then download that phone or download that file again. If it's working on your iPad, let's take that master key and email it back to so you can open up on the phone.
Where do I find the master key to do that? Am I just looking for the original Word document?
Well, wherever you saved it on your iPhone or your iPad.
I'm gonna sit tight. It is saying that it's in the process of syncing the two together and it's at 10%. I may just have to sit and wait. I just saw this for the first time. So
Okay.
maybe the sync
Well, we'll go on with the call, and then jump in when, and then Cindy has some stuff she put in the chat too, because it looks like she's been dealing with the master key. She might be
Cool.
the master key queen.
Thank you.
Glad we could be here to support you while that happened.
Oh my God. Yep.
Okay, what do people want to talk about tonight? Because we don't have really a set thing. I've been so busy this week that I have not had a chance to really dig down deep into the revitalization app. So I can do that next week. Gwen, did you get the animal app? I think you said you were going to, but I don't know if you did.
Yeah, I'm not yet. It's just been so busy. I haven't had a chance to do anything for myself or anything new. I did want to share what happened for me last week in case this happens to you guys. If you guys were on the call last week, you remember I went in to delete the Blue Dot app to bring it back on, and then I didn't have an app store anymore. And I knew that I did it because I mean, I found it in a back doorway, but I knew I did it because what I had done was I went into Apple. I mean, I went into my app store. I actually didn't go to app store. I went into Apple settings and told it I did not want to do automatic updates because I hate getting automatic updates and then things don't work right or things, you know, so I was trying to show everybody that. And then I realized I deleted my app store. So anyway, you guys, if you're on, remember what happened. So
How did you get it back? What did you have to do to get it back?
I was going to say the next day Lindsay walks in, I hand her my phone, said, I no longer have an app store. Her initial response was, that's impossible. I said, actually, it's not impossible. So she takes my phone and looks at me like I'm an idiot. Like, let me show you where the app store is. And I'm like, no, I'm pretty certain I don't have it. And after a few minutes, she's like, yeah, what'd you do with it? And I'm like, Lindsay, I'm trying to tell you, your mom told me to delete updates. So, and I suggested she call the, Apple Care. But anyway, after fumbling with it, she actually just undid what I did, which was turn back on automatic updates. And then the App Store was restored. So if anyone like me thought I was smart and trying to not get automatic updates, it actually takes your App Store off of your screen, which is retarded, because I was trying to avoid updates to social media stuff. And then I ended up messing with myself. So as soon as she restored it, I have my Blue Dot app and everything is fine.
Well, that's awesome.
Pretty funny when a 21-year-old says it's impossible to delete the app store. That's a basic function of the phone. I said, well, give it to me and I'll show you how I did it. So don't turn off your automatic updates. And then if you can't find your app store. So tonight I have the blue dot and the pink dot and everything is working perfectly. And I have all 4 Heelys in my possession again. So where the last few weeks have been a little challenging because I had loaned out Heelys and left a Heely at someone's house. And then Lindsay had a Heely. Now today I have an abundance of Heelys and I can answer any kind of app question. And I told Maria before the call, I'm dealing with a broken gas line. So somewhere between 6 and 6:30, I'm going to disappear from the screen. So if y'all have app questions, please ask them early because I have plumbers showing up, that were supposed to be here this morning. But I want to make sure I answer your questions tonight too. If it's like pink, blue dot stuff.
And the world went silent.
I have a question, if you
good.
ladies wouldn't mind. Hi there, my name
Hi,
is
Julie
Jill.
D.
Hi. So I find sometimes when I'm in my blue dot and I'm testing it actually right now, and it happens quite often when I go in and I do, I put my finger down and I run the program, what have you. Then at the end of it, it goes to lists and it says the date, but then it blank screens. So I don't get anything that my fingerprint just said I should have, but it does give me the header lists, the date, but then everything else is blank. So that happens quite often. And I didn't know, I'm going to try it again, but I've been trying it this whole time we've actually been on. And I don't know if maybe it's a particular program that is being utilized too much and the servers can't handle it, or
I
Or
think
wh-
that's the issue that people have been having, that they still have not 100% figured out yet. And unfortunately, I mean, fortunately, it's happening to a lot of people. So it's not just you, Jill. It's literally even my brother called me last night and said, "What's going on with the Resonance app?"
right, right.
And so a lot of people are having issues. I had him do a hard reset, turn his phone off and back on again. And so he was going to see today. I haven't heard from him, but he was going to see if that helped. It has helped some, but then for some people, it doesn't seem to do anything. Has anybody on the call had that experience and then done something that?
If I could just, before we get to some more people, when I then do get it to work, and then it gets to the point where you're like, oh, choose the times you want. And you're like, oh, great, I'll choose the normal 1 minute, 20 seconds or what have you. And then you press start, it goes blank again. And then it stays blank.
Somebody actually asked for help to answer your question instead of going to someone new. But Sharda is saying that is a glitch that can be fixed by going to sync. Have you tried sync?
Where
So you
might I
go-
find sync?
Just go back, go to the page that you're the client, right? To that first page. Look all the way down at the bottom. If there's a check mark that it says it's about syncing, you want to take that check mark off. You don't want to sync. There's a problem with the sync thing. So do you see that line?
I'm gonna Maria,
So you're
I'm
saying
gonna
go
screen. Maria, I'm going to show my screen. I'll pull it
okay,
up.
okay.
Good.
So you're saying, Sharda, you're saying that on your client, you go into where your client, go down to the bottom and uncheck synchronize.
Exactly.
Oh.
So the thing is, eventually you have to put that sync back on so you get your data saved. But for the time being, you leave it unchecked. And when you go back to run it, it should be okay. So the sync thing, does it say 10%? That's what the other gal was talking about. The sync thing is stuck at like 3% or 10%. So
You're speaking of being on the added new client page, correct?
yes, on your own client
Right.
as yourself.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have anything that denotes syncing or a check mark.
I'm going to show you guys.
Yeah,
can
so
get-
Gwen's going to do it right now.
This has been addressed in Team USA. They put these directions if you're in that group.
You're talking Telegram, the Telegram
Yes.
group.
Right.
So,
That's where I went and got these instructions.
where's sync?
So if you go back to Eddie, go to client, go to Eddie,
Show us that again.
click on him,
Go
and now scroll
scroll
all the way to
down.
the bottom. Right there.
right there. See the blue check? Synchronize, that's it.
Then check the
Take-
top. Then check the top, check mark at the
Scroll
top
up, scroll
as
up.
save.
And that's
There
funny
you go.
because mine has always said to sync, and I have never had the problem that some people are describing.
Well, it seems like it's been rolling across the country little by little.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's great information because that a lot of people's questions the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks. So basically go to your client, but once you do it, you have to do it for every client, or once you do it, it's done for everybody.
When you're gonna run somebody else, just check that and see if it's on or off.
Okay.
If it's
So-
on, take it off client by client as you're using it.
Hey,
Okay,
Ron, can you unmute and say if you have done that? Did you unsynchronize? Because you're talking about having a blank iPad screen.
Yes, I've done all the Telegram things as well, at least a couple times. I'm techie enough to know how to to sync and unsync and to do the. It's just one by one, day by day. I'm losing a program. Now the strangest thing is, I can usually run somebody else. Like I'm running my niece now and a neighbor of Brad's, and they seem to be working just fine. But I just keep losing program after program after program that will just go gray.
Ron, have you tried deleting yourself out?
That's the only thing I have left to do, and I didn't want to lose all my stuff, so I ran out of time today, but that is exactly the last thing I was going to do today before I sent anything into Ely.
Yeah, I would take yourself out and just load you, because maybe somehow there was a glitch, not a glitch, but basically a glitch on your like, your data set for some reason that's under you.
Yeah, and it does happen to occasionally to other people that I'm talking to or working with, but nothing like on me. It's just constant headache. And now it's all three devices. It's my phone, it's my iPad, went out this week. Now it's grayed out, and my watch hasn't worked in a couple months.
I would definitely start over with you and just put it back in, because I mean, at this point, losing the data is not important compared to.
Yeah, that's why I waited till now, and with all the fixes that were on Telegram, because they're trying to help, but it just doesn't seem to be working for everybody.
Yeah, well, it might be definitely different issues, but I think that somehow what I was trying to say was a while ago was corrupt file, not
Right.
But there's probably just a corrupt file there, and somehow when it got saved. I was going to show you guys something too that can happen sometimes, and some of you have experienced this. If you ever like go into, like, I want to, start analysis, you go and what happens every once in a while too is you'll put your thumb or finger on there and it just freezes or doesn't do anything. Or sometimes it won't start going. I found that for one thing, I found that sometimes, and I do this a lot with my phone, take it off of Bluetooth and take it off of Wi-Fi because of the internet and stuff. I'm doing other things in my house. And then what I'll realize is I'm on Verizon's cell service, but not on my Wi-Fi in my house, which is much better. And so besides having a Bluetooth turned on, I don't know if you guys ever do that, like, put your phone off of Wi-Fi for different reasons. I do, because it makes the house internet faster. But if you do that, just make sure and go back and turn it on, because what I found is sometimes, and like you can see on my phone, you can see my screen, I have 2 bars, and that's normal for me at my house. But sometimes that will drop to, well, sometimes even at 2 bars it happens. But when I have 4 bars, if you just ever pay attention to it, sometimes at 4 bars, this never happens. It never locks up or freezes. So sometimes it could be glitchy internet depending on where you are, but also it could be that your Wi-Fi isn't turned on and you just need to go back and turn it on, because like I live in outskirts of Houston. It's not like I'm in a rural area, but I have huge oak trees around my house, and cell reception just in my house is not great for some reason. So sometimes you'll get those kind of things, like where the scan won't start. I'm not talking about the screen going blank. I'm just telling you another example of something that glitchy can happen in the Blue Dot app. It also, that can affect your Pink Dot app on how long it takes to transmit a program. Like if I have good internet, like right now we got 3 bars. I haven't moved my phone, but it'll fluctuate between 1 and 3 bars like all day long. But if I have 1 bar, it might take 5 minutes to download a program. But if I have 3 bars, it takes like 30 seconds. So that download time is not really dependent on Healy. That download time is dependent on your Wi-Fi. And like, you know, just like a lot of people, I say this like almost every other week, but if you have Netflix on, if you have your webmail open and you're on a Zoom call and then you're trying to do Healy, it might also be more glitchy because the more stuff you have taken up your bandwidth, which is like a tube, and there's so much space in it, that can affect things. So if you have like 5 people in your house and they're on Wi-Fi and they're doing this and that, they're watching YouTube and you got Netflix on the TV and it's all tied to like Comcast, that's also going to affect just overall performance, but that's true of anything. Does anyone else have a question? I think, Ron, maybe you can do that while we're on the call and tell us what happens. Does anyone else have just specifically an app question, either pink or blue?
Does it make a difference that when I get a functionality problem with one of the apps that it pops up, do you want to send in a report? And I do. Is that beneficial to do? Is that annoying to do for the people at the end of it? Does that ruin my program more if I complain more? How is that received?
I don't know where those go, but I don't think anyone is personally taking it personal. But
I would hope not, but I want them to understand what is going on at the same time.
yeah, I understand. I'm just joking. Maria, what do you think? I don't know where those go exactly.
I don't know where those go either. I'm sure there's some person that loves seeing the names over again. Well, obviously they know where they're having issues. No, I think you need to keep sending it when it happens because they need to know, you know, if it happens just once, but if it happens to you 3 times and you're within a half an hour and you're trying to, I would keep sending them. They need to know so they can figure it out.
Yeah, I keep sending them and I'm to the point that I'm kind of nice about it. I'm like, so here we are again, ... And I just, the same thing, because I'm sure they have a file on me now. So I figure it's important to document, but at the same time, I'm not going to be kind of a jerk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anyone about being a jerk. I do think the notifications help. I don't do it so much in the apps, but I was doing it on Advisor when a certain condition wasn't in the database, because I think that would help create the database to make it better for, you know, when people look up something that's not in there. So I do also do that myself. So they probably have, you know, maybe they do have files on the ones that are sending in all the things, but I don't think that's even like going to the support ticket people. I really don't know where those are going. I've never seen an actual response, but I don't know that they would respond. I think it's just a notification.
Yeah. Okay. That's curious.
Does anyone else have?
Marilee just put in the comment, she said, I just did my first remote and the friend is rather negative and nasty. What should I do to my Healy to make sure I don't have her juju on it before I run it for me tonight? I think just because you had that intention, you're not going to carry anything with you. Just the recognition and the acknowledgement that that energy is there. You can just say a little prayer. You can, if you've got some holy water you can spray, or some of, what is yours called, Gwen? It's Ancient Mist. What is that called?
Sacred Space.
Sacred Space. I think everybody needs to get that.
I love it.
Yeah, so I think you could burn sage. I mean, if you feel like you've been affected by that, you know, especially if you're a, you know, blue, if you were in the workshop and you're a blue, you know, things hurt your heart a little bit when somebody doesn't like what you're doing. So you can definitely
she's
do
just a
things.
Generally nasty person, and I didn't even want to do it, but someone recommended me and I thought, oh no, you know, I better. But I don't want it. I'll put my holy water on me.
Do that. Just do that. Just protect yourself and know that everybody's in a really weird space right now and it's just okay. We just have to love each other. That's what we got to do. We got to love each other in our own space.
And while Maria, another message. I've had bioenergetic revitalization now since January, and all I see are the new programs on my Healy, but I keep seeing that you can get a search function.
Yes, it's in the Swoosh app. So do you have the Swoosh app downloaded?
Never even heard of the Swoosh app.
Okay, so when you go to Heal Advisor search in your either App Store or your Google Store,
Uh-huh.
it'll have literally a swoosh. They just call it the Swoosh app. So yeah, so download that, and then you'll be able to get into all of your search stuff where you can search things.
And you're going to talk about it next week, perhaps?
I am going to try really, really hard to dig into it this week so that I can have some better understanding of how to use it, how it functions, and what to do with it. So I have just been so crazy busy. Gwen and I are really trying to catch up. And now she's got a gas leak. So she's showering at other people's houses, and she's, poor thing, they're going to dig up her driveway. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's well, I can, since I have my screen open, I'll show you a picture of Maria's office. So
that's Steven's organization. He's making boxes like a banshee so that we can get these green laser kits packaged up and out. So we're just waiting on a few other things, and all of those will be going out into the mail. So
it's after the detox workshop, and my house looks basically like this
the
too.
same way. Mhm.
It's like, no, there's no living space anymore. Basically, I have a bed and part of the kitchen. The rest of it's like, forget it. My mom said you are portable tables, and I'm like, no, I don't. Like, I wouldn't have anywhere to walk.
So Gwen, don't turn your phone off yet, because I was going to pull it up on mine, but since you have your phone, I'm going to text you the revitalization. Brad wanted to know what the revitalization programs were. So I'm going to text those to you, and then you can pull them up.
Okay, perfect.
Lydia, do you want to unmute yourself and tell us what's going on with your switch?
Oh.
Lydia may not have heard me.
Tell me when you're ready for.
I was going to try to find Lydia, see if I could help her unmute. She may have the sound down. Lydia, can you hit your mute? Can you hit your unmute? I see her.
I can't see her because it's.
Lydia, if you can hear me, just hit your space bar on your keypad. Just hit your space bar and hold it down. There we go. Just hold that while you're talking to us.
Oh, can you hear me now?
As long as you hold that bar down.
Oh, okay, gotcha. For quite a while, my Healy itself, the on-off switch, is just erratic. For instance, if it won't always turn on. Well, okay, so maybe it's out of juice, and you plug it in, and you charge it up, make sure it's charged up. So then you put a program on and you run it. You start running the program. Well, it cuts on beautifully, and it will run a little while, and then it will quit blinking. And then I can't get it to come back on. It will blink, but it won't hold and then blink. You know, when it's on, you get a solid button, a solid green or whatever the light color is.
Right.
And then it starts flashing, blinking. And so you sit it down and you're set up. So you go on about your program, but it will cut off.
So
It'll
are you
quit
in the blue?
blinking.
Are you in the pink dot, or are you in the blue dot when this is
Blue
happening?
dot.
In the blue dot. So is this while you're vibrating?
Yes.
Okay. So
And-
when
and
you're
also,
vibrate,
there's no way to tell that I know of whether or not you're charged.
okay. So first off, when you're in the blue dot and you're vibrating,
Okay.
you're vibrating from the cloud. So the Healy isn't transmitting at that time. but in the pink dot, the green light should be blinking all the time because you're actually transmitting from the Healy itself.
So in the blue dot, you're not.
The blue dot, you're transmitting from the cloud. So if your phone still shows that that it's, that it's doing its thing, you're still getting what you need from that particular program list.
Why does the phone cut off when it's separated from the Healy itself?
Because the Bluetooth only has a certain length of space that can be where all of a sudden it'll start searching for each other again. In the pink dot, you can swipe that pink dot app closed completely and then walk away from your phone. But with the blue dot,
you can do that.
Yeah, with the pink dot, once the program uploads to your Healy, you can hard swipe that app closed, and then your Healy will keep blinking. Like right now, I am running activation, but I swiped it closed. So I could have my phone out in my car, but my Healy will still be delivering
But
that program to me.
It will still deliver when you're distanced from your phone.
Yeah, so that's one of the hard things for people to understand, is that the blue app is literally, you're getting information from the cloud. You're not getting any information off of your Healy in the blue app. You have to have the Healy on to initiate getting into the blue app, because that's the part of the connection with the phone and the app, or the app recognizing your serial number and your IP address on your phone. So you have to have them together to sync up. But when you start vibrating on the blue dot app, you're getting transmission from the cloud to your information field. At that point, your Healy isn't doing anything but being decorative on your counter, or like I have it on a necklace. But in the pink dot, you're actually getting something from the Healy itself. It's emitting Hertz frequencies. And then if you're hooked up to the cables, it's also getting microcurrent. And then at that point, if you have the app open on your phone and you're running the pink dot and you step too far away from your phone, then the Bluetooth, they're going to try to sync up again. But you can swipe.
That puzzles me, because if you're on the pink dot, you have to have the cable connection to your wrist.
You don't have to, but many people do. You can wear it like Gwen. Gwen never hooks the cables up. She just uploads the pink dot app that she's run. Yeah, and then she just puts it on her shirt or in her bra or wherever she's putting it that day, and then goes about her business.
I got a new thing to show y'all. I just remembered someone gave me a gift this weekend. Hold on, I'm gonna stand up and find it because it saves my issue when I don't have a bra. But I'm gonna find it. It wasn't, but I had to clear my desk because someone showed up. I want to answer her other question about, she didn't know about it was charged. If you're in the Blue Dot app and you go to settings, right up there at the top, it shows my Healy's 99% charged. That's where you tell if it's charged. Can you see my screen?
So, I can't see your screen right now, Gwen. I don't know if I'm.
That's weird. Take it off. Wait, let me go back to share. Maybe. Go. Yeah, but I didn't share off, so I don't know what just happened. Let me go back to it because I had it open showing you guys, but that you didn't know. Okay, so let me go back to the Blue Dot app again, because now I have to go back to where I was. But in both of the pink and the Blue Dot app, there's a well, it's right there on the top. In settings, or even on the pink dot app, you can just look up at the top of the screen. But on the Blue Dot app, it's not always there. Like right there, it's not there. So if you go to settings and just put the little gear on the bottom right hand corner of your screen, it shows you that mine's 99% charged. So if you don't know how to tell where the charge is, just click the settings button, because if you're here, it doesn't say, and if you're a client, it doesn't say. But if you hit settings, it's
so
up there.
Let's go through that a little slower. Lydia, can you see the icons at the bottom, the house, the little heartbeat, and the little gear at the bottom of Gwen's screen? You're gonna have to check, you're gonna have to push your space bar to let us hear you. Okay, well, so what Gwen is saying is if she were to press on the house icon, the battery life goes away up there at the top next to settings. So see, it's gone. But if she clicks the gear at the bottom, now it shows what the battery life is left. So hopefully you can see that, Lydia. That's how you would check your battery life.
I'm going to step away for a second, Maria, to find my new gadget. I'll be right back.
Okay, she's got
Maria,
yes.
this is Julie Parker. I have a question for you.
Okay.
This is a reference to commissions.
Okay.
So, I haven't had any activity in a long time, and I just got, and I think I need points on my I guess I'm kind of unclear. So I haven't sold anything in a while because mine hasn't worked real well for a while.
Okay.
So, but I have like my team leg is my left leg and it's got plenty on there. The right leg hasn't had any activity at all for a while.
Okay.
So what is it that I need to, do I need to actually have a subscription or a sale on my right leg in order to get like the downline commission or not the matching bonus, but the other commissions? What's necessary for that?
Yeah. So the dual leg bonus will get paid when you actually have both legs that have some points in them, and then Healy will pay you a percentage off of your weakest or your shortest leg. So if your shortest leg is 0, that's what you're getting paid. And so in order to start receiving commission again, sales or your downline on that right leg, creating volume and sales. And that's what's really nice about the subscriptions coming, because people in our downline that do want to stay in and build and want to have the subscriptions, they will start generating points for us every single month. And then we will always receive, as long as we're active, we will always receive then the percentage points, the 15% off of the weakest leg. Does that make sense?
Okay, so it would either I would have to sell someone and put them on my right leg, or someone already in my download would have to have a subscription.
Yes, or sell something. I mean, anything to acquire points. Yeah, anything to acquire points at that point. But yeah, I mean, that's the one thing. And all of us have experienced a little bit of slowdown because everything with the holidays and COVID and election, I mean, everything is just kind of there. So I think everybody has experienced a little bit of
Yeah.
But I think, as we get into the spring, people are thinking about health again. We know that Healy is continuing to work. I just talked to Vanessa yesterday and she was so excited because the customer service is finally starting to come around. They're getting closer and closer to having online either chat or so she's seeing, because she's up there talking to some of those people, she's seeing some really good advancements, even though that's us here down in the field may not be feeling it quite yet because we still have service tickets that are unanswered or whatever. But she's really seeing that come up. So I think all of that is just going to be generating. We have to remember too that for a multi-level marketing business to have 80-ish thousand distributors or members in 9 months, unheard of. So
No, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. So as people decide by the end of March that they want to remain active, then you'll start having points because people will start selling again, or they'll have active subscriptions. The points will start coming in. Yeah.
And with that, so I had purchased, I think it was August, the watch bundle, and then it stopped in November. And for some reason, it wouldn't charge my card, or it said it failed or something. I even changed the card and I submitted a ticket then, and I followed up with it. And I just today heard back that I would just have to repurchase again. But what I'm wondering is, because I'm not sure I want to use that one. It looks like the subscription points or PV is like 25 or something. If I wanted to do like the
revitalization is 25 PV, the animal is 25 PV. Yep, the digital nutrition right now is 40. And so I'm hoping that they're going to bring that up to 50 again and change it. Haven't heard yet. I didn't hear from the managers meeting if they had decided on that, but they're really rooting for us to have 25 and 50 and 100 points so
Yeah,
that
that
those
would be
of,
a
you
little
know,
bit nicer.
it's just, yeah. So we can look forward to that probably into February and March. They'll making that a little bit more clear for us.
Okay,
Right.
and then
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
interestingly, for some reason, I can't tell if it's like my device actually has a technical issue or what, but it's like the past several times I've scanned myself and I'm you know, re-recording the vibration each time. I'm getting the same things and it's like that's not normal.
That
And
sounds like Brad and Ron were getting that. Brad, can you hop on? Because didn't you guys resolve that with something?
because
How
I've
did you
done a
get-
hard reset, not a master reset, but like, you know, the power
Mhm.
reset.
Yep.
Yeah.
Brad
nothing-
and Ron were like scanning themselves and it was never changing. So jump in,
Yeah.
Brad.
Julie, are you referring to the watch?
No.
app? Okay, that's what we were talking about, the watch app.
Oh,
Maria.
got you. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
you were talking about the
Do
heart rate
itself.
variability.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right.
I
But
remember now.
look, Brad's shirt matches this room.
He does.
He could
It's my-
speak.
It's
If
my
If you
heart
were in
rate,
if you were
it's
in a
my
green
heart chakra.
screen, you'd just have a head and that'd be it.
I'll tell
Okay.
Julie something, because on my dog, I scan him the most of anyone, and it's very common for his stuff to be the same.
Okay.
Because he has one very specific issue going on. So I don't know that I think that's weird. On the Blue Dot app, I think that sometimes I'll run him for a whole week and it's the same, and then 8 days later it's different, but maybe slightly different, maybe 1 and
Okay.
2.
Yeah.
So it could just be that that's really what's going on with you. And
Okay.
also what I would say is it depends on, are you always talking about the same program, or are you talking about on everything you ever run, it's always the same?
No, well, for a while I couldn't do all Healy programs and I figured out a little, I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, but turning off my Wi-Fi, I actually get the programs that it scans, like the answers, the results, so I can actually run it too. But that's the all Healy programs is what I'm talking about. If I run them individually, like, or the ones that are not Healy programs, or run them individually, I can, you know, get whatever, it comes up just fine.
Yeah,
But that's
but
what I was talking about.
that's
All
what I've
Healy
seen
programs.
do, because every time I run Eddie, not every time, but most times, like learning shows up at the top, but I think that
Yeah.
has to do with the brain. And I don't think that that's weird, because
Okay.
then when you get to the subcategories, those numbers change and they're not exactly the same. So I actually don't think which.
And has anybody experienced, I don't mean to be negative, but like I was running, doing the chakra aura, like for a minute or so every day. And then I think I was doing like, forgot what the bush flowers and then the gem elixirs. And it emotionally, I was like really, really heavily down. I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop this. Is that like a clearing, or can you speak to that at all?
Could be.
I've
What do you
had some people, not specifically on chakra, but on several, like Bach, chakra, mental, I've had people have a little meltdown.
This was
or-
like, I mean, I was like holding back tears like all day. It was crazy. I was like, this is nuts.
Yeah.
Well, to me, that'd be like a clearing, but I have had people tell me things on mental, Australian bush, Bach, something else.
Gem elixirs.
No, under gold, I think, actually.
Okay.
Wherever mental contentment is. And they actually, one of them was very angry. One of them got kind of antsy and frustrated. I've had different people tell me different things, but then it kind of went away. So I do think in that way, it's like clearing something out.
Okay.
That
And I'd like to add a little bit to that. We're coming up on, we're in the middle of a year from where our world literally just completely 100% changed last
Yeah.
year. And we
Yeah.
are cyclical by nature. So we have that. And then we have the generational cell memory from election and power changing and all of that that's happening in this world right now. So it doesn't surprise me at all that you have hit some levels of that, because probably since you're a healer and a caregiver, you've probably been tamping down that a little bit. And then now all of a sudden you've got something coming into your realm that will allow you to release. So I would
I
embrace
just stopped it because I
and-
was like, it wasn't. I was like, I need to function a little bit more than this, not being like at the verge of tears, or just, it was like they would just appear out of nowhere. And I was like, okay, this I can't function.
I would, and if that would have happened to me, probably what I would have done is I would have gone into the bioenergetics too, I think it is, and run thyroid and hormones.
Okay.
To just, try to balance and clear. I don't know that I would have stopped necessarily. So you might try it again, but run some of those supports in addition to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're
Or
welcome.
maybe go from there to mental contentment or something like that, to where
Yeah.
you're getting support. Because I do think of being a lot of people that are healer or empaths and taking on all the junk that's in the field, and and just holding on to it. And then this might, like Maria said, be a way that you have an outlet to release it. So maybe do a good session on a Saturday or Sunday where you can just let it go and release, because I think the body can just also hold on to that stuff when it shouldn't have to.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Well, and
Okay.
all of us too, a lot of us are, we have business online. We have business on Facebook. We have, I came home the other day and Steve was just getting online on Facebook to message his sister. And he said, I'm deleting my account. He said, it popped up on my screen and I went to type in her to get to her place. And he said, there was so much hate coming off the screen that he said, I literally had to close my computer. And he said, I was literally just going like this, trying to get the black off. So so I think that we're all kind of subjected to that, and we all think that we're impervious to it. And I think we're not. It's in our field. And so, like Cindy said, shalom, pray, just be in a place where you can, just, love yourself through it.
Okay, wait.
Thank you.
Now,
What?
so before has a question. So Leslie came over Sunday and she has a healing, and she's a good friend of mine. And she gave me this beautiful sleeve, which, okay, so sometimes I don't wear
Nice.
shirt. And so I can't put the Healy on my bra, and if I'm in my nightshirt, there's nothing for it to attach to. So this is a cell phone sleeve, which I've never seen before, and it has a zipper.
I
And
love that.
Yeah, and the Healy goes right in there, and I should have put it on first. So once you get setting on, and guess what? It's secure. I can
Where do you
go.
find those? That is cool.
He gave it to me. So I'll find out from everybody, but it is a cell phone sleeve for joggers. So if you want to see, and it has a big enough pouch that you see the Heelys in there, and I don't have to wear a bra, and and it's secure, because even in my bra sometimes it falls out. I also want to say that made me think I do have this, which is a knee brace, because I had a meniscus thing. My meniscus thing is over, but I had a torn meniscus, and everybody kind of heard that story in the workshop. But this also made me think these are handy because they have a nice elastic. So whether this is, if you had one for your wrist or arm or whatever, you could just, slide it in there. And so it kind of does the same thing. And then I bought this, and I think this is a Walmart special. It's called Low Pro, but it's just a little case. And I know Maria has some bling on ATP 123. My Healy fits perfect in there, and it has a separate little zipper that my charging cord can go in there, so it's not separate. And then I have this that Chris gave me when I was in Colorado. That's a nice everything fits in there. The cords, the Healy.
How much was the one at Walmart? How much was the one at Walmart?
Less than $10.
That's awesome.
And you see what size it is? It is small, and it has a little thing, like a little thing, and it's perfect. I mean, it's just barely bigger than the Healy, and just enough charging cord. And since I don't use the cable, that's all I. And that way it's not just loose in my purse, but it's not taking up a lot of room in my purse. So you see, compared to the blue one, it's
that as a defibrillator, so I'll have to try it.
So anyway, I just wanted to show that there's lots of Healy bling that you can do to make your life more comfortable. Okay, that's end of show and tell, guys.
Okay, so Ron, you actually put that in my chat direct to me instead of everybody's. Can you tell us what happened when you uninstalled you deleted yourself, right? Out of your client list? Okay.
Yes, I went ahead and deleted myself and re-entered my information, and I'm now on my 6th program and no gray screens.
Awesome.
Yay.
So I'll do that with my iPad as well. But I mean, something caused it. I mean, it was first on the phone a month ago, and now this week it happened on the iPad. And again, we haven't had anything on much to talk about on the phone. I mean, the watch.
Well,
So,
the thing is, it was a corrupt file and you're accessing them all with your master key. The corrupt file would be going between the devices.
probably.
Yeah.
So I'll work on that after the call. But I did want to ask one thing, and it's kind of like not with this, but it'll save me trying to explain it to you in an email. The EMF Club Winter Solstice has been over now for a couple weeks. When those intentions were put into the morphic field by David, are they still there? I mean, can we still draw on this?
Yeah, that was an ongoing thing. That's not a one-time deal.
Oh, I thought he was only running it till the 6th of January, he said.
I don't think so, but I can verify that and I'll send something out. But my
Okay, thank
understanding
you.
was that he was going to send that until the 6th, but then it was going to be kind of like our broadcast where he was going to build or add to it. So I think that was an ongoing project.
Okay. Well, I still feel that it's in my morphic field. I just wanted to run it by you.
Yeah, I think I'll verify that and let you guys know next week. My understanding was just what he put in that email that I sent in the newsletter to you guys was just that sequence for till January 6th, but then he was going to add to it. And then he didn't tell me what he added to it, but I actually thought it was brilliant because, and people don't know what I'm talking about if they didn't do it in the newsletter, but anyway, I don't know if I even want to go into it because some people are going to have too many questions, but
that's fine. I just want
yeah.
just to touch base with you on it, and I'll wait for the information.
Okay, I'll ask Dave to send us an update.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
I've got
Your
a question.
shirt. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I was going to say his didn't match his room like Brad's shirt matched the.
Brad is the one who, just brilliant blaze all the time, and I'm sort of the kind of like it soft and mellow.
Yeah, you're not color coordinated like Brad. I'm lucky to have the same socks on.
He's the peacock in the family.
Okay, good. Everybody needs a peacock. Maria, who's the peacock in your family?
Who's the peacock? My daughter. She's the peacock. Yep. She should have been born in the 60s. she wasn't. But I have, do you want to show the revitalization text that I sent you, Gwen?
Oh yeah, you sent it, so let me.
And then Jerry in the chat put, husband has prostate cancer with I think defibrillator. What app do I use for him? I am new to this Healy. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, Jerry. So yes, we definitely want to run prostate hormones, immune. I mean, all of those. And if you have the resonance, you definitely want to find out and scan every single day or a couple times a week, at least, what's showing up.
Can you hear me? Can
Uh-huh.
you hear me?
Sure can.
I'm new to this. So what we did was I put him on prostrate in the pink dot, and I had the wristbands on him, and I found out he couldn't have it. He got zapped. So someone just told me yesterday to get on this call that that you would know. Somebody mentioned go to the blue dot to the meridians. And so I checked it out, and the only closest thing I could find was Oregon.
The Oregon meridian.
He's afraid he's going to get zapped again because it's a big kick in his chest from the.
Yeah, absolutely. You can still do the pink dot though, just without the cables.
Okay, so I can
Yeah.
just run the prostrate on it, client and, okay.
Yeah, you
Was
can
it-
do, you can do everything in the pink dot.
Was
Okay,
the
thank-
setting percent or had you turned the setting up?
do you remember what the percentage was, Jerry? What happened was I was running something on him. I don't remember what it was. It may have been the prostrate. He was on it for 50 minutes with the wristbands. Nothing happened until he went to touch the phone. I don't know
Oh.
because there was frequencies from the phone, but that's when it went off on him. He was almost done with running it. But I didn't know we couldn't have the wristbands on. The party I got the Healy off of, she had me go under this other guy because he was supposed to do it. And I'm not getting any questions. I'm new to this. I ran the videos, watched them, and it's like, I need to find somebody who can teach me how to use some of these things. So, okay, so I'll go to the pink dot and do the prostrate, run the prostrate.
I thought you said there was no
Um,
prostrate.
Can I be in the same area when he's running it? How is that going to affect me? Like if he's sleeping?
Yeah, you can definitely be in the same space as that. You might get some benefit from the testosterone. Who knows? I think we all could.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
But yeah. Okay, so Alicia says, I purchased an upgrade to a residence for my son. It is not updated. She purchased it in September. I emailed 2 times and did everything they said. So how do I get a refund on the upgrade because it takes too long for another response with nothing or to see the upgrades? Not sure what to do. It's been over 4 months. So if you want to unmute yourself, let us know, did you go in and do a ticket based on the drop-down menus?
Yes.
Okay.
I did.
Okay, and so how long did it take you to get a response after the first ticket you put in? Or was that back in September?
It was in September. I waited because I thought the upgrade would be like waiting for the equipment. So we waited. And then I would say maybe 3
You wanted-
weeks. I sent a message because I'm like, wow, my friend got the upgrade. And
Okay. So what did they respond at all? And what did they say if they did?
oh gosh, the first one was like, sorry, da, 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 and they gave me a whole, do this, take it off of the Wi-Fi, take it this, all these steps. So my
Okay.
son did it. And then on the second one, which I just waited for another response. And then he said, go to this website, which it gives you like a whole list and drop down depending on the question, but the question wasn't even there. He says you have to have the device to have the resonance, and then that's it. But it was so funny because he has a Healy. I bought him a HHH plus, I guess, or an HH plus.
Under his
one
own,
right
under his own
under his
membership?
own- yes.
Okay.
And basically, it's still like I asked him to do it again 2 nights ago, and it shows like it doesn't unable to find on the Blue app, unable to find that
The master
Healy
key?
device number, right?
Oh, in the Bluetooth.
And the blue, it doesn't, but it's so
So-
funny because on the pink app, it's fine.
Okay,
So-
so that in the Blue app though, so if it just can't find it, that's not a Healy issue, that's going to be a device issue. Gwen has had a lot of experience with people's Bluetooth and having them clear it out. So have you done everything that they?
Everything. We took it
Everything.
out. We took him off of the Wi-Fi.
Okay.
We undid both apps,
Okay,
put back both apps. The pink app worked, but the blue app didn't.
Okay.
So it has something to do with the program not
With the
coming in.
program.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think it has nothing to do with the Bluetooth or anything of that sort, because I had him cleared everything out. I had him come off the Wi-Fi, and we were in another Wi-Fi, by the way, another location when we tried to do that, and it still didn't do it. So it has
So you
something to do
haven't
with the app.
gotten, so you haven't gotten anywhere near syncing to even download the master key.
Nothing.
What does it say when you get into the Blue app? What?
Enable, I mean, he sees the number there. It's so weird. You know how the blue,
You see
it
the number,
sees
right?
the
You sees
number,
it.
right?
Uh-huh.
But then it says unable to,
So when you click,
equipment found or something.
so when you click on it, it doesn't try to connect, or it does try to connect, but never does.
It never does. Never does.
So it just comes
And-
back as unfound.
Right.
Okay.
But like I said, but we go to the pink app and it's working fine.
Okay.
I
I mean, it's possible, Maria, that her blue dot wasn't activated.
That's what I'm thinking. And I said that. And it's so funny because when we sign into his account, it says Healy Resonance. So on it shows Healy Resonance, but it's not complete. And I've been sending messages and emails, and it's so funny because I just wish I could talk to someone right at that moment. You know what I mean? Because the email you don't know when you're going to get this email and whatever.
Maria,
So-
wasn't there a way now in the back office to do the activation, just to be
Yeah.
sure that's the problem?
Yeah, you can go into his membership, his back office, and it's
Mhm.
under My Healy, and you can activate it.
So go into, well, wait a minute. Let me see if I can. So you said to go into the back office?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I gotta write that down. Great. I had pens. Perfect. And I'm
Maria,
looking, okay.
see my screen because I can just scroll through this slowly while she's doing that. Can you all see my?
Yeah, Brad had asked specifically he wanted to know what revitalization programs were there. So
Okay,
he can either screenshot, or I can also send those to him as well.
Okay. I'm showing them, and also someone just knocked on my door, so I'm gonna step away for a second, but I'll scroll. Well, that's the end of the screen, this right here. So I have that, and then this. I'll leave it there just for a second.
I'm not seeing Gwen's.
You're not seeing it, and I'm looking for something I don't see her either.
Okay, hold on. I don't know why screenshot is turning off, but let me do it again because it's on my end. It says screen share, and then but I don't know why it's stopping. Okay, you should be able to see my screen now, right?
We can see it now, yes.
Okay, so this is at the top of.
Yeah, so there's 3 screenshots. So there's tissue stability, holistic support, pineal, regeneration. It looks like that one. There's regeneration 1, 2, and 3. So it looks like 2. Those screens got inverted. So there's regeneration 1, 2, and 3. Youth, nerves, connective tissue, cell, epigenetic harmonization. Awesome. Yeah. So I'm excited to dig into this and use some of these.
Thank you.
And now, I mean, I haven't done my heart rate variability in a week and a half. So now that this is up and running, I'm wondering if any of these will show up on my heart rate variability with my watch.
So Maria, have you had any issues doing your heart rate variability?
No, I feel really bad, but I've had no issues with anything related to the pink or the blue app, or any of I don't know. I just haven't had any issues. So I feel bad when people call in and they've got issues, because I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Maybe you need to send a clearing to our hobby.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe it's because I live in northeastern Colorado. I'm going to mute Gwen.
But
Live in northeastern Colorado. Maybe that helps. I'm on the plains or something. I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, I haven't had the issues that Ron has had with the blue or the pink, but
Mhm.
I mean, my watch, it'll go for 3 or 4 days without loading, and then all of a sudden, it'll load. Won't load last night, but it'll load the 2 or 3 nights prior. So it's weird how it. And then when it loads the days, it doesn't load the week information or the month, and so it's. And then sometimes, when we go from the watch, click on the programs in the watch to connect with the pink, it
Right.
takes you somewhere else. It doesn't
takes
always
you-
take you to the right program.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I did have, I guess I can say that glitched every once in a while where it seemed like it was like lost. It was
Right.
just not taking me to where I needed to go.
Yeah.
So back to, I'm sorry, is it Alicia or Alicia?
It's Alicia or
Alicia. Okay.
Alicia.
So I'm going to just share my screen here, and then I want you to email me at Gwen&Maria 2020 at Gmail. And let's see if we can get this escalated. But right here, I'm going to go share my screen.
Okay.
And okay, so if I go to my Healy device right here on the left side, can you see my screen?
Your Healy device. Yeah.
See where it says activate your Healy?
Activate my Healy. Okay. Give me a minute. On the left-hand side, right?
Can you see my screen? Can you see your screen?
Yeah, I'm in my phone, so.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
'Cause
so yeah.
Yeah, so just activate your Healy, and then you'll have to go into his, you'll be in his back office.
Uh-huh.
And then
Okay.
it's thinking to get there.
Activate Healy, right?
You go to, yeah. And then it gives you two, oops, it logged me out. Let me go back one. That's the only glitch that I have constantly, is it likes to just kick me out. So see here, my Healy device, I'm going to just click the drop down menu, and I'm going to say activate your Healy and click on that. And then it gives you two choices. And if you go into my shop and go to get his order, then you can find the order number, the invoice number, everything to do either one of these. I think that's how I would do that. And then let me click on one of these and see what they allow you to do for. I guess they don't let you put any kind of, I guess you can't put a comment in either one of these. It would be nice. Because really we don't want the Healy activated as much as we want the resonance activated. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go to my support center. See if I can get it.
Don't do that.
Well, I'm just going to look and see if we can find something better.
Okay, perfect.
So I'm going to click on submit a new ticket. Okay, so all your information would be here. So we want to look at my products. It's not promotion, so my products. Please choose. Update didn't work. Updates, features not activated. So is this where you went?
Yeah.
You do my products and then this one? Updates,
Twice.
features not activated twice. Okay. So, and you put his serial number in. Okay. So then I think what I would put in here next is, because I think I would put in here in all caps, please refund my upgrade that has never worked. Just get somebody's attention, and then down here you can say, this would be your as your son, name, username, email, phone, issue. You could even go back to the orders and you could screenshot the actual order and then put the file on here so they can see when you when you updated it, when you purchased the update. You know, and
Yeah.
at this point, you just want a refund, because maybe if you got a refund and you decided to repurchase, maybe it would actually activate. And you can just
Yeah.
say in here, I've done everything you've asked and nothing works, you know,
Okay.
or so you can do that, or you can email me with the information and I can see if I can get it escalated for you. So it just kind of depends on where you're at. I get the frustration and I'm so
Yeah, it
sorry.
is. Oh, no, no
it-
worries.
it's just to that place where it's kind of like, do it, you know, is it worth the fight anymore? Or
Yeah,
what do I want to do with
exactly.
it? So you decide what you want to do. If you want to put this in and just say, just give me a refund. It's not worked. I want a full entire refund of the entire upgrade. Then you can decide if you want to purchase it again with that same
Right.
Healy serial number, or email me the information and I can see if I can get it escalated. But I need that same information. I'll need the, you know, all the detailed
All the
information. I need his
information.
name, his username, his email, his contact information, his order
Okay.
number, his serial number, kind of all
Okay.
that. Okay.
That's perfect. Because he's a college student and, you know, I'm just like, hey, have you
Yeah.
checked on that? And I've just been trying to do it on my own, because sometimes you got to do things on your own when you're involving your
Awesome.
kids on that. So, all right,
Okay,
perfect.
so you bet. And I'm glad to know it's Alicia now. I didn't know if it was Alicia.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Bonnie just put in the chat, great,
Thank you.
good, grand news. She said, yay, Bonnie. She said, my Blue app is working on my phone. She said, then I clicked sync files to the person who I'm doing her own syncing. It took 30 minutes, and sometimes I'm getting a blank screen after I start analyze. Sometimes I get a blank screen after I hit vibrate and start. I am getting that blank screen, and I wish I knew what I did to get the master key to work. It may have just synced for you and finally found it. But I think one of the things that Gwen showed, Bonnie, I don't know if you were watching the screen, was when you're in the resonance and at the very bottom right corner where there's a little the gear, or not the gear, go to the other side and go to the house, click on clients and click you as a client or whoever you're working on, that the screen keeps going white. Scroll all the way to the bottom and uncheck the synchronize. And people are saying that that is working to do
Oh,
that.
And I really wished I knew what I did, but wasn't somebody else trying to sync the files?
Yeah, so that's what we were talking about, was clicking on, I think it was Sharda said that on one of the calls, they said to unsynchronize. So uncheck the check mark at the very bottom of that screen, then make sure that you click the check mark at the top of the screen to save it in the client file. And that sometimes that's helping.
Cool. What I thought they were talking about was the I had to sync my phone to the iCloud to get my files, and that's what took 30 minutes. So it sounds, then I was able to pick a program, and that's when I started getting, so I thought it was this, she was having the same problem. It doesn't sound like it.
Oh, got you. So it was after the synchronization that you're getting a blank screen.
Right. So however I got the key onto the phone, that worked. And then
Okay.
I mean, you know how long we've been on the phone? It took that long for the phone to sync files with the cloud. And
Okay.
all of my clients are there, all of the applications are there. I think. Yeah. So I wished I knew what I did so that we could help other people if this ever happens, but I don't. But thank you.
We'll keep asking, and people can ask in the Telegram. And actually, I'm sure that I know that Brad and Ron said they went through all the Telegram fixes, but I think we need to sort of review all of them. And a lot of times it's just, you know, even just something simple, if you haven't done it, of a hard reset, turning off your phone and turning on your phone again, because a lot of times we don't even shut our phone off anymore. We just plug it in and recharge it at night and have it for the day. And I think it's helpful to reboot the phone too. Since I have the back office up, is there anybody on the call that wants any kind of information from the back office?
Yes, I do. Before I disappear on the Are there any new thoughts about when I'm wanting to back up the key, what I can do that will bypass or fix that error message of going
You should in your phone now be able to go into the blue app, go to
to the iPad? Oh, you can go into the blue app on this and save.
on either one, you should be able to go in and hit cloud settings and then back, or I think it's in cloud settings, back up your master key. And then you can put it, you can apply it to a file or email it to yourself or whatever. It's nice that they've given us,
I can do that on the phone. I don't know why I can't do it on the iPad, but if I have it someplace, I know I can do the cross thing.
so if you're
Yeah,
if you're on the main screen in your Resonance app, you're in the Blue Dot app. If you're in the main screen, you hit the bottom right gear. And then I'm pretty sure it's under cloud settings. If you click cloud settings.
I can get.
And then it will.
Don't worry about it.
And then it'll allow you to download. Yeah.
It didn't on the iPad up till now. Maybe some magic is changed in the clouds or the ozone or the solar system.
Okay, we had a solar flare in the last half hour. Maybe that helped. What you drinking, Ron? Okay, who has Terry, do you have a question? Awesome.
Okay, on in the points.
Yes.
Reports.
Yes.
I have, it says my current for January, well, actually back in September, I had ordered the watch bundle, and it says the current cycle PV was 500, and my overall, I have some money in my overall, but October through January, my current PV is 0. Well, they have taken out the money for my bundle. They haven't done it for January yet because it's, due the 23rd.
Okay.
But so shouldn't I have, and then on the very front, on the dashboard, there's a brand new screen on it. And I think it's the brand new green screen, and it says activity status, not active. Points for activity 0/50. And then references rank shows member November 20. But at the very top, where it says blue, where it's blue, it says my title is builder. And then my current rank is member again.
Okay. So it says you are builder current rank member.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So you just don't have anybody active on both legs right at this moment.
Okay.
So the highest rank you've achieved is the builder, but your current rank is member, meaning that you just dropped down.
I dropped down.
Mm-hmm.
So then on the PV then.
Over here
since
on my screen.
Oh, well, mine's different, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yours is saying the same thing as mine then.
So this person needs 50 points to stay active, because it says, look, it says not active, currently not active.
Right.
Yeah. And this is my mom, and I have permission to have her up here, and she never wanted to sell anything, but she sold 4 last week. So that's her points. But so if she wants to, moving forward after March 31st, if she wants to have any of her dual leg points be paid out in the dual leg bonus, she's going to have to decide if she wants a subscription or not.
Well, I have a subscription. I have the bundle.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that anybody below you does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So again, we have to look at who's below us and who's doing what. And to have a builder, to be a builder and stay a builder, you have to have a member on each side that is selling or producing on some level. And so, yeah. So
but that's we have our own PVs.
Yeah, you will have your own, but yeah. But you're talking about, you get paid on your own PV if it's on the 201st point. Does that,
Oh,
on your subscriptions? Does that make sense? So you won't get paid on your own subscriptions unless you're purchasing a lot, and or you have customers that are purchasing and dumping into your business center. And as they dump into your business center, once you accumulate 200 points, anything above and beyond that will go to your weakest leg. But your points, that your subscriptions, it's helping you stay active so that if there is activity below you, then you'll get paid on it. But really you just want to stay active so that you keep accruing and getting points and they don't wash.
okay.
Does that make sense?
Because I've got points on my left leg where she doesn't have anything. And on my right leg, I have points too.
Right,
So,
right. So right now she doesn't have any points on her left leg, meaning that she probably just got paid something, because I know she had the business on her left leg. And now she's back to 0 because here we are in the middle of the month. So if she doesn't do any more business this month in points, then she will get 15% of whatever points are on her weakest leg, which is 0.
Okay.
So she won't receive any dual leg bonus or matching bonus or anything.
My binary, let me see where it goes. My overall binary PV before binary commission has, the same points that's on my left leg points.
So are you looking in the points?
Yeah, that was in the points history.
Okay, so you're looking here. Okay. Sorry, I'm making everybody dizzy.
I wish they would turn that around where
I wish they would too. I wish they would too. Okay, so here, see, for December, she got $80 some or close to $100 or whatever. And now she's back to current PV is 0. But she has an accumulative the right leg.
And
Does that make sense?
There's that overall binary. I've got my current PV says 0, but the overall PV before binary, I still have money on it, or points on it.
Okay. And they won't pay anything over $50 until it reaches that. So I don't know what points you have, but it could be a couple of different things.
It's over 50 or 500. It's over 500.
Okay. And so then, and then what do you have? Do you have anything on the other leg?
On the right leg? Yeah, I've got a bunch on it too.
Okay. And so was that something that just happened? Was that some sales that you had recently?
No,
When did those?
I haven't had sales since September. And my current PV at that time was 500. And that's when I got the watch bundle. And then my overall binary is from that day in September to the end of the year.
Maybe what you could do is if you want to take a screenshot of your most recent and then just email it to Gwen&Maria 2020 at gmail.com and let me look at it. Just it might be something that you want to. It might be something that you want to put in a ticket for. So, okay. I know that Gwen had a hard stop at her 6:30. Is there anybody else on the call that needs some help with device or just has questions? Yes, Bonnie.
I'm back for a minute, but the guys are here outside. So
okay.
I'm kind of here listening, but when they tap on the door again, I might have to go back out. So I am in the background here if anyone needs anything on the apps.
Okay. Bonnie she's made some progress on my iPad. When I got to the settings, backup master key, then save master key, I'm getting an error message telling me to change permissions in my settings and I don't know where to go. So that's on your iPad, that's your second device. So that's where you're going to have to go into your phone, go into the settings area and you have to actually give permission for another device to have your master key.
Okay, hold on. Okay. Let's get out of it here. Because I can't have it. Does it matter which device is connecting to my Healy to do this?
Well,
Or is-
in order to get into your residence, to get into settings, you're going to have your phone connected to your Healy at that moment.
Okay, hold on. Because I'm not sure where you're saying to do that, and this may be solved, and then I'll tell Daylight too, because she's been supporting a bunch of people and she's not on the call right now.
Gwen, do you still have, can you get your resonance up and go to that in your settings?
I can, hold on, I gotta figure out which pocket up. Okay, I'll press again.
Go to connected cloud devices.
Yes. That's where you want to go, Bonnie.
And it's showing the iPad. I have a check mark and a minus. Click on the check mark.
What does it say again?
It says 20 keys. And it shows my iPad, and to the right, it's got a blue circle with a check mark or a red circle with a minus. I'm going to hit.
Did you go into cloud settings first?
Yeah.
I'm here now, Maria.
Okay, perfect. Perfect.
Right. That's what I did.
So
Maria,
go
it's
to
on my
cloud. Yeah, so go to cloud settings.
And now hit connected cloud devices.
Connected cloud devices. And then, of course, hers doesn't say anything, but if you have somebody that's tried to access your residence, then it'll show that iPad or that Samsung or whatever, and then you can enable it.
Okay.
You can give it permission and allow it.
All right. I'm gonna now, I turned it off the phone and I'm going to the iPad, and hopefully we will solve both my problems, and I'm gonna be so amazingly grateful.
You're going to do the happy dance in your pink room.
Oh my God, it's gonna be a happy dance for the blue app.
So Susan is asking, which is better use of time, the blue or the pink? Personal preference. I love being connected to the cables. I love the microcurrent. But I also have been vibrating, you know, the Bach remedies and the Alaskan gym elixirs and all of that. So I think they're really helpful too. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's really personal preference, Susan.
I like the pink dot app myself better. When I'm in a situation with Eddie, sometimes I don't know why and this is just me, like I'll use the sleep program and I'll use the pink dot way more. But when Eddie is in a moment, I'll go to the blue dot and go to the custom field and send them whatever I need to happen. And it's amazing that, you know, and there's not a pink dot app for that. Like I can't say a pink dot app for increased appetite or something like that. So I definitely like the pink dot app personally better, but I do use the blue dot app when I need something that the pink dot doesn't offer.
So I have to tell you what I did, and then Lydia, I'll get to your question. So I had somebody in here who has started losing weight using the blue app Fitness. And what she does is she goes into the resonance and she scans herself for the fitness, and then she vibrates that to her for a full hour. And I couldn't stay near my phone to have it stay on, and I didn't go in and adjust it so it would, but I was able to hit it enough times that it would stay active for 20 minutes. I have not been hungry all day long. So I'm going to keep doing that. She said she has been losing weight, not changing her diet, and that's all she's doing is running that fitness program in whatever percentages it comes up. She just scans, puts her fingerprint on it, scans it, and then goes into the action button, vibrate for the 59 minutes, hits that, and then runs that once a day. So she swears by it. So I will keep you posted on how that's going for me.
She's doing
Okay.
the dot app or pink dot or both.
She's doing it in the blue dot. She doesn't even run the pink dot. She only does the blue dot. And
Okay.
so she goes in and scans herself for the fitness category in the blue app. And then once it's scanned, she goes to the actions button, hits vibrate, puts it on for 59 minutes and does that once a day. And she has started losing weight. So anybody else on the call that wants to do that with me, let's do that and give it a try. Maybe we can hit some really good spring sales because we found a really cool way to help people drop some pounds. Lydia, if you can press down on your space bar. So we were talking about your on and off button a little bit earlier. Have you done a hard reset on that?
What I did was, while everybody else was working and talking, I set up a program and it ran a while perfectly. And the blinker was blinking and everything was just fine. And then the app stopped running in the cell phone.
In the blue dot or the pink dot?
Blue dot.
Have you had it stop on you in the pink dot?
No, because it only, well, no, I haven't. It runs through the however many minutes
it's possible that the notifications on your phone are interrupting the transmission of the resonance to the cloud. So you might have to go into your
phone rings, you mean?
Yep. Or you get a text. You might have to go in and disable your notifications while you're running the blue app. So that might be, if it's not happening to you in the pink dot app, then I would say probably that's your issue.
I quit trying to use the pink dot app because of the wiring hookup. It was just.
So now that you know, so now that you know, you don't have to
all the buttons on you.
Yeah. So now that you know, you don't have to do that because Gwen has never worn the cables. She's the cable-free queen. And so now that you know you don't have to do that, you can start utilizing specific programs in the pink dot, which I think are key. I just, yeah.
That's why I'm happy to have my new sleeve because now no bra, I can just do it freestyle.
Can you tell me how I can find my master key? And how I can come on.
So the easiest way to do that on your phone is to go into, do you remember when you first downloaded your Resonance, did you save the master key anywhere? Do you remember saving the key?
I actually didn't physically do that. It was done for me.
Do you know who did that for you? Who was it? Was it a family member, someone you can contact?
No, it was Linda.
So maybe call her and ask, when you downloaded my Resonance.
I have, and she doesn't have it.
But does she remember where she saved it?
Not at the time I asked her, but I have to tell you that she was in a crazy process of moving and jazz. And so I haven't gotten back with her. She sent me data, but it didn't help me find it. It told me how to download. I mean,
so if she emailed it to you, you could run a search in your email, search for Healy Master Key.
Search for
Healy Master Key.
Maria?
Or just Master Key. Yeah.
In the blue app, if you go into the cog in the bottom right-hand corner, you can go into cloud setting and you can find a backup master key. So
hold on, I'll show you and Maria because I know where he's talking about.
Yeah. So if you don't want to try to find it, then you can go in here and you can resave it. I have to tell you though, that has worked sometimes and not worked on other times.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah, my mom, we can't seem to get her, so yeah.
Okay.
And it may just be her issue, but
right here under cloud settings, and then about halfway down, it says backup master key, so you can back it up again. But the thing is, Lydia, if you're not familiar with your phone and where to go to save it to the file, it's not going to really help you, because then later, a year, 6 months from now, you have to remember where you did that to. So if you're not savvy to saving files to your phone, I wouldn't worry about it personally.
Yeah, but I need it because I can't transfer I cannot activate the whole system on another piece of equipment that I want to move to.
Yeah.
without it.
So then you would need to do this then. You would need
Yeah.
to click
Need to do
master
it.
key.
And I haven't bugged her much about it because she has been so busy with the moving and stuff. She did send me something about the master key that didn't, when I opened it, it just came up computer junk.
That
Numbers,
is what-
letters,
that
and singles, and
that is what it is.
That is what it is. Yeah.
that whole thing is your master
That
key.
whole thing is the master key. It's a
Yeah.
4069-bit encrypted code for security.
That
Yeah.
is your
That
that's-
is
it
your
looks
master key.
long serial number.
All those numbers, that whole several.
That
Yeah.
whole thing.
I thought it was a 7-digit figure or something.
No, I've had people say, I'll just memorize it. Oh, no, you won't, unless you have photographic
know I would
memory.
But I know how to keep things.
So Gwen, can you just can you go back, and Lydia, if you'll just watch her screen, she's going to go clear back to the main screen. Go ahead and hit your, there you go. So here she is. It's her main screen at the residence. You're familiar with that. Then
Yeah.
she's going to hit the bottom right, the little gear.
Yeah.
Okay. Then she's going to go into cloud settings.
Right.
That second one down. Then down below, see where it says backup master key. And if she clicks on that, it will automatically take her to this page, but then take her to her laptop, her desktop area, where she can choose where she wants to store it. And what I would suggest is save to files and then rename it or whatever.
Save to, there's a Healy file in here.
Well, there's an internal phone file that you have in your phone. And if you save it to files, then you'll be able to find it. So you can save it to that, and then you can name it. You can either rename it or just keep it as it is, Healy-Master.
And right here,
Is that the numbers up there?
That's just the file name. That's not your master key, but that's just the file name that's showing on the screen there.
So after I get to this point, then what do I do with it?
Then
To
up at the
board, you
top,
show me right here.
up at the top, you click the save button.
Okay.
But then this is the trick, Lydia, where you might need still some help with someone there with you, is you still have to get that then from that device to the other device. Because saving it to this device is one thing, but then you still have to be able to then go into your phone, find it, and attach it. So what you might actually want to do is send it by text to yourself instead of saving. I mean, you would save it as a file too, but really what you need is to be able to get it to the other spot. So you're going to have to somehow either text it to yourself, email it to yourself, or I don't have email on my phone, so I can't do that, but you could text it to yourself, but somehow you still have to get it to the other device. So saving it is not.
I don't have email on my phone either.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
you
I can
don't.
text
Okay.
it to myself. Is that true?
Well, yeah, but no, it's not texting it to yourself. It's tech. If your other device has text, you have to get it to the other device.
My cell phone, well,
But your second device isn't your cell phone. It's something else, right?
that's right.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. So this is where you still might need someone who knows what they're doing to get it to the second device. If you want to drive out to Katie, Lindsay can help and do it for you. But it's something that someone's going to have, you're going to have both devices, because it's not just saving it as your problem. It's getting it to the other device is the other half.
And in theory, the photograph part works.
What are you saying the photograph part works?
Well, when you photograph with your cell phone, the all this code stuff that's on the back of the Healy. And when the Healy's open and it's asking for that, you could take a picture of it with
Yeah,
your cell
that's
phone, and
that's
it-
your serial, that's your Healy serial number, and the master key does.
Can you do that with the
No, because
master
a pic, no, picture is a JPEG and you need a text file. Because a picture won't give you the digits of the master key. When you're doing the back of your Healy device, your phone is actually becoming active, like scanning a QR code. So that's different. So, but when you take a picture of something, you can't then convert that to Word or into text. It's a JPEG, like a PDF. So like I'm saying, you need someone to help you. This isn't an easy thing to do. I mean,
Yeah,
it's easy.
This is helpful to have Gwen go through this, because I'm sure there's people on the call that are going, oh, good, that's where I know I can find that. But unless we can't help you on the rest of the way. But, but are you close to Gwen?
She's about 40 minutes away.
Okay. I'm so jealous.
What, I mean, you're welcome to come out here, Lydia, if Linda can't help you sooner, but it's not a difficult thing. It's just, it's hard. It would take us to show you, but I can't really show you because I'd have to be able to get on the other device on Zoom, and you have to be able to have some transferable file, either email or
it looks like it just wants you to type in the code or press a button for the code. It doesn't look like it's inviting you to put in a few thousand digits.
No, if it's saying import master key, it's going to go look for a file. It's not that you're typing in anything.
Oh, well, that I didn't know.
Yeah, once you get past the import master key, then it's going to go searching for that file, just like you saving it here, like to save the files. Once you've saved here, when you go to import master key, it's going to go search and it's going to go to your files and it's going to want to find it. And if it's not there to find, then you're stuck.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it would be worth the drive, Lydia, to not have to worry about trying to figure that out yourself.
Is that where you are, 30 minutes from here?
I'm in Katy.
Is that 30 minutes or 45 or?
I think about 40 minutes from where you are.
Okay.
I mean, Linda's closer if she can do it sooner. I mean, there's several people that probably know how to do this, but it's like I said, it's just something that we could do for you. It'd be much easier than, well, it's impossible to walk through the steps, because if we don't see the second device and know what methods you have of getting from one thing to the other, that's really the problem. Because
I'll look at that again and see if just tapping that, I mean, I'll try the upload.
Okay, I'm just saying, if you import master key, it has to already be on that device somehow.
I know. So
okay,
I will do that first. If I can't manage that, I will call Linda.
Okay.
And get the hands-on help.
Yeah, I think that would be best, definitely.
Okay. No, you've helped me a lot. This has helped a lot.
Well, I mean, anytime somebody brings something up, it helps everybody, because either they are experiencing themselves or there's going to be somebody in their realm that is going to experience it, and just having visuals so you can see the different screens and be able to help somebody. Yeah. That's, I mean, especially right now, since we don't have, live chat or live customer service.
Yeah.
So everything we do helps this way.
I got a lot of questions about usage and how to put certain medicals together, but there's no point in me asking you that till I get this other problem worked out.
Yeah.
So this has really helped me a lot.
Well, good. Well, okay, I'm gonna have to jump off the call, Gwen. So
yeah, me too, because I've got the guys here, and now I need to go check on them because I have not tapped on my door, and it's almost 7 here. So, Maria, you're going to do your call tomorrow for back office and business stuff. So everybody should remember that Maria has a call tomorrow, but it's not for technical help. It's for business building, points, legs, back office, you know, all that fun stuff. And then we'll do this again next week to answer more questions. I thought today was good. I mean, just the one tip with the syncing, I hadn't been on that call that said that. So unsyncing.
Neither. So I love that. That's
And
awesome.
then so if you have a corrupt data file on a person you have entered, just take the person out and put them back in and just see what happens. And he can give us a report next week to see if that fixes the problem overall.
He just lost all of his settings, unfortunately. All of your prosperity ones and whatever yeah, they're all gone. You have to redo them all. But you know what? Maybe you needed to do that. That may have been a universal shift for you so that you could do things differently and put new things in.
Well, that's positive. I thought maybe I had just reached nirvana and I didn't need any more frequency.
Oh, I love it. Love you guys. Okay,
That's
so
why I
anybody that
hang
wants
with him.
anybody that wants to jump on the call with me
Really
tomorrow, you bet. That would be great tomorrow. And then we'll just give it a go. Everybody
Okay.
just love you all.
Bye-bye
Bye.
from the green room.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye
everyone.
from the green room. Bye, Brad.
Courtney, you guys have a great night. We'll see you next week or tomorrow.